We begin in North Portland at Vanport. The public housing community was home to a majority African American population, but other minorities moved in too, including Native Americans desperate for work and a place to live. Todd Unger has more on an effort to finally recognize their contributions.
Lush fields, a golf course, a raceway. 76 years later, a piece of Portland wedged against the Columbia looks nothing like the past.
Great-grandparents moved to Portland during World War II to work in the Kaiser shipyards, and they lived here in Vanport.
Ava Redbird's family is a part of Vanport's history. In the midst of World War II, tens of thousands of minorities lived in the pop-up city.
Although Vanport itself only lasted 6 years, the country's largest federal wartime housing project had a profound impact on Oregon's people, demography, and culture.
The stories of the once booming community are well known, but the imprint left behind by Native Americans here remains a largely untold chapter.
They went roller skating, they went to the movie theater, they rode their bikes, played marbles.
Ava's grandmother would speak of her childhood often. Nothing more impressionable than during May of 1948, when a massive flood broke through the levees protecting Vanport.
She describes watching homes just being ripped apart during the flood.
They lost everything. If they were lucky, they got a suitcase out of the house.
Historian David Hedberg is helping collect a native, multi-perspective oral history of Vanport.
One of the most successful daycares in the country. This had its own school systems, its own movie theaters. It really was its own town.
As the years have passed, many of the elders who grew up here have passed on themselves.
Years go by, they don't listen to their elders, they don't record the elders' stories, and it's very, very important, because that history will be gone.
Christina Felix is a board member of the Vanport Place Marking Project.
Well, I was 13 when the flood came, so I was like 12 years old. I was old enough to get in trouble.
The project is a driving force behind interviews with the likes of Frank Blair, pictured here, who also grew up in Vanport.
So he had the run of the place, him and his buddies who'd run around here and cause all kinds of ruckus.
But it was like the United Nations. There was Chinese, there was Japanese, there was German. We're all thrown in there together.
Blair died just last year. Eventually, the oral histories will be part of Portland's city archives, cementing the Native American experience in one of the country's largest wartime communities.
Oftentimes our stories are forgotten or told last, but there definitely was a large Native population here, and I wouldn't be here if that population wasn't here.
Call it a proud legacy of contribution that still endures decades later. Todd Unger, KOIN 6 News.